Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Plant-Based Kristin. What we are making this week is some coconut curry, and we're going to make it tonight with some chickpeas. I've got a little can of chickpeas right here. For vegetables, we are going to add some onion, and then we're going to top it with some tomato. I've got some leftover tomato here, and then some scallions, and we're going to have everything over some white rice. So we're going to get started. This is actually a very, very simple thing to make. The chickpeas, I'm just grabbing them right out of the can. I'm just going to open the can and rinse those. For the coconut curry itself, I'm using coconut milk and this pre-made curry blend, the curry powder that I got from the Asian market. And it makes it really easy because curry powder itself actually has a lot of stuff in it. It has turmeric and ginger and garam masala, and you would normally have to take probably a good, I think, 15 to 20 different ingredients, add them all together to get what we've got here. So I bought the pre-mixed stuff. I also like it too because I put it in a lot of soups, and you can just very easily add some curry powder to everything. The thing with this particular powder that I got from the Asian market though is it's Madras curry powder. It's extremely spicy. So if you can't really handle the heat, then I would just try and find something that's a little bit more mild. So the curry powder itself is going to give us the heat, and the coconut milk is going to calm it down and give it a nice creamy consistency, basically. So we're just going to rinse these chickpeas, open these up, and rinse them here. Now, some recipes call for you to actually peel the chickpeas. We're not going to do that for this because I actually want them to have a little bit of that texture to them. But normally you would peel them in cases where you would want your chickpeas to be really soft. But in this case, we actually want that little bit of texture because it's basically acting as, I guess, the meat of the dish. But if you ever did want to peel your own chickpeas, I found the easiest way to do it. Let's find a good one here. If you notice, they've got like a little bit of like a, I don't know if you can really see what I've got going on here. But they've got a little bit of like a point at the end. And I find that it's easiest if you grab away from the point and just kind of pull. And as you pull, can you see this? As you pull, the skin will literally like come right off. But you do that with an entire can of chickpeas, and you're sitting there for like a good 10 or 15 minutes peeling everything. So it's really only necessary to do if you want it to be nice and soft. But in this case, we want that texture. So got the chickpeas, and now I'm going to cut up some onion here. Get my bag of vegetable stock, vegetable discards for some stock later. But it's fairly easy, and it's not going to take too long to cook either. So we've only got a few ingredients here. I tend to peel away the outer edge of the outer layer of the onion, even if not even just this part right here, but even I tend to usually do one layer because I don't know if you've ever had one of the outside outside layers of an onion cooked. It has kind of a chewy, I don't know, texture, and I'm not a big fan of it. All right, let me think here. We'll probably want the onion nice and small since we have small chickpeas that we're going to put with it. So we're going to just chop it. Falling apart a little here. Another actually fun way to do this too, if you want, is to turn it like this on the side. Hold on, let me cut that a little bit off. Hold on, this is not working as well as it usually does. Drop it on the counter. I am a big fan of curry. I tried Indian, well, I think I tried curry from, I think a Chinese food restaurant for the first time ever. I got like the chicken curry. This is back when I ate meat. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's like spicy and it's delicious. And ever since then, I've been hooked on curry. I wasn't really adventurous with food probably until my early 20s. And then I started to get more adventurous. And now I love pretty much any ethnic food that I've tried. I like Ethiopian, I like Asian, of course, you know, for obvious reasons. I like Indian a lot. I love Vietnamese food. Vietnamese food's really good. Thai's good. Taiwanese food. So yeah. But Indian food, you do have to be careful. It's made with a lot of spices usually, so there's going to be a lot of flavor. But also, it is historically known for being spicy usually. But you can definitely find some, if you can't handle the heat, you can definitely find some that are not going to be that spicy. So all we're going to do is we're going to start off very simply here in this pan. Non-stick skillet. Got some olive oil, which I'm low on, so I'm going to have to buy some more. And we're only going to do maybe a tablespoon of oil in this pan. And we're going to start making it hot. I'm going to put this right on high. And I'm just spreading the oil. We'll let that heat up. So we're going to start with just the onions and the chickpeas in the pan. Actually, I'm going to start with just the onions. Then I'm going to add in the chickpeas, and then I'm going to add the curry powder by itself, dry. Only cook that for like maybe a minute or two. Then we're going to add the coconut milk, and then the curry powder that's on all the chickpeas and on all the onions is going to kind of assimilate itself into the coconut, and coconut milk, and it's going to be all nice and smooth and creamy and like golden colored, and it's going to be amazing. So 1 can of chickpeas will pretty much make enough for probably 1 or 2 rounds of eating this. So I plan on eating this for dinner tonight, and then I also plan on bringing it into work tomorrow for lunch. So just for portioning purposes. If you want to feed a bunch of people, maybe if you want to feed 4, then I would suggest a 2nd can of chickpeas. But I don't want too much for leftovers because otherwise they might go bad or I might not eat it. I do want to play around with freezing portions of food, like single portions of food, and then literally that way I can just take it out of my freezer, it'll be ready, and I just heat it up, and then I'm in business. So, but I haven't really played around with that too much yet, but I do plan on it. As soon as I add the onion into the pan, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. It's good to season as you go here. Alright, onion time. Salt. Pepper. Mix it up a little bit. We're going to cook this until the onions get clear, so maybe 4 minutes-ish. Turn my fan on. Get the chickpeas ready and the curry powder. I'm separating the onion, like breaking it up with a spatula a little bit so that it cooks evenly. It smells so good already. Alright, now we're going to add the chickpeas in. Just so you guys can kind of see. The onion's starting to get a little translucent. So now chickpeas are going in. Mix it up nicely, and now we're adding the curry powder. I want to say that was maybe like 2 or 3 tablespoons that I added in. Only going to cook this for about a minute, and then we're going to add in the coke. Oh my god, it smells so good. Alright, coconut milk time. I'm just eyeballing everything tonight. So what I'm doing is, I should move you, hold on. So what I'm doing is, as I am, can you see this? There we go. Okay, so I added the coconut milk in here, and then I'm going to mix it in, but I'm also going to scrape the bottom of the pan a little bit, just to get some of the dried curry powder that cooked on the bottom, and that's just going to give it more flavor, make sure we don't have any burning, because burning food's bad. So I'm going to let this boil, then I'm going to reduce the heat, and then we are going to let it simmer and basically just thicken up. And that's essentially it. This is super easy to make. I'm also going to taste it once it starts boiling, and I'm going to let it simmer for maybe like 10 minutes. I'm going to taste it and check the spice level. If it's too spicy, I'm going to add more coconut milk to kind of calm it down a little bit. Alright, we're boiling. Now we're going to reduce the heat to medium-low here. So that it can thicken. It smells amazing in here. This is so easy to make, and it's so yummy. Another good variation of this is to do potato curry. Potato curry is awesome with peas. So just something of note there. Alright, while we're waiting for this to simmer, I'm going to move you back over here. And we are going to work on the toppings for this curry for when it's done. So I've got just a big, what do they call these? Beefsteak tomatoes. Leftover beefsteak tomatoes. We're going to chop some, we're going to dice this up nice and small. And then we've got some scallions that we're going to put on this as well. So, and it's going to be awesome. So you guys can see what I'm doing here. My mom gave me these new knives for my birthday. Loving them. We're not going to use that piece. That one's going to go in the vegetable stock bag. What I had here is some leftover white rice from another meal that I had. So that's what we're going to use tonight. In terms of rice, though, if you have to make some, fresh rice, I use jasmine rice, which is really, really nice. I really like the flavor and the consistency of it. And I happen to have a rice like a rice cooker, and so that's how I make mine. But if you ever have to make yours on the stove, I'm trying to remember because I haven't had to do it in a while. But back when I made it on the stove, I would put the rice in like a small pot, and then I would add water to it. And I would usually eyeball the water, and I would add more as needed as it was cooking. But basically, I would boil the rice in the water, and then I would cover it, and I would usually cook it for about 20 minutes. And that usually had it at a good consistency. And if need be, I added more water. But I haven't had to do that in years, so because I've had my steamer, you know. All right, that's all the tomato that I think we need for this. Throw it. Throw the tomato on here. Put it through the hole of my cutting board so it doesn't go all over the place. And then we're going to do some scallions. How are we looking here? Alright, it still needs to get a little thicker. Because at this point, it's still very soupy. Smells amazing, though. I think we're only going to need one scallion here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Actually, I don't want that piece at all. We're just going to get rid of it. Bad boy. They say if you don't want your vegetables to stick to your knife, to add oil to your knife. But I don't like to necessarily consume a lot of oils because I figure, you know, I put some in the pan as I'm cooking the vegetables. I don't know. I don't know. The idea of adding more oil to what I'm eating just doesn't appeal to me. So I just deal with it and just wipe off my knife after every few cuts. Scallion. Oops, dropped one. Yeah, and like I said, we're just going to add, these are basically just to top the curry with. And it's going to be delicious. So before I would make curry with almond milk because I never had coconut milk in my fridge. So this last time though, I was like, you know what? Let me try with the coconut milk. Let me see if it makes a difference. You know, and it really does. It just adds a really nice flavor to it. I like what it does to it. All right, we are just about done here. So I'm going to try this curry. I'm going to try the sauce, and if need be, if it's too spicy, we will add some more coconut milk to it and then let it cook down a little bit more. It's so good, it's very spicy. We're going to add a little more coconut milk. Woo, that's spicy. Alright, we're going to get it back up to a boil again. So yeah, when I made rice, I used to, and then I would just have to keep an eye on it, but I would make it in just like a little pot and stir it continuously, and this way I could also check the water amount as I was doing it. But I was like in my 20s, and that was a while ago, so I don't know. I haven't tried to make it in a pot in a really long time. So I've got this really great steamer, this rice cooker, and I just use that. We're gonna have one of these tomatoes, and that's how I've been making it for years. I've just been steaming it in the cooker. So but yeah, you can always Google, I guess. If you have any questions, I can always try it, I guess, in another episode of Plant-Based Kristin, right? Why not? Just let me know if you guys want to see that. Alright, we're boiling. This looks so amazing. Alright, we're going to let it cook on medium. Oh, let's do medium. Alright guys, we're going to let this simmer for another maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then we are going to put everything together, and then we're done. So it really is a very simple meal. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Alright guys, welcome back. So I decided that I'm also going to add some of my fresh, what the hell is this called? Of my fresh cilantro on top of everything as well. So this is pretty much done. I turned off the heat, and I'm just kind of letting it simmer for another minute. It still is pretty spicy, but it's a lot more tolerable than it was before. So I think it's nice and thick too, so okay. So plating, we're gonna start with the rice. I got my little rice paddle here, and this came with my rice steamer, so I think it's super cute. So we're gonna I'm gonna do rice on, ouch, it's hot. I'm gonna do rice on one side and curry on the other. And I tend not to eat a ton of rice, so we'll just do that much. I'm probably going to have more of the curry anyway. And here's the curry. Oh my goodness. This is going to be so good. Oh my goodness. Yes. Alright, so let's do some of the scallion here. And I'm just going to very roughly just break it up with my hands. Oh my goodness, this looks so good. Alright, let's do one more like small leaf. Okay, this one's not so small, but. Alright, and then we're going to do some tomato, and we're going to do some onion, or some scallion. And then we are all set here. Oh yeah, fresh tomato, fresh scallion. And I think that looks awesome. Okay, so there it is. Chickpea curry with onion, chickpea coconut curry. It took us, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe total, 25 minutes. And then I was sitting there talking for a while, so that also took some time. So yeah, there you guys go. Very easy recipe, like I said, especially if you buy your own curry powder. One of these times I might try and actually make it. I've been doing a lot of spice mixes and stuff like that of my own recently, so I'll probably do some videos on spice mixes. But yeah, a new episode. I might change the day of the week from Wednesday to Friday. I'm going to see if maybe more people watch the videos if it's going to be on a Friday. But yeah, there'll be a new episode of Plant-Based Kristin every week. If you have any questions about anything that I did, or if you want me to try anything new, go ahead and comment. If you have not liked Plant-Based Kristin on Facebook, go ahead and like Plant-Based Kristin on Facebook, and then also my YouTube page as well. Feel free to subscribe so that you can see all of my episodes. And I think I've done enough talking for today. I hope you guys have a good night, and it was fun cooking with you. Bye.